Hello everyone, Flash Notion here, back with another My Little Pony reaction video. And today we're going to be taking a look at Season 9, Episode 22, Growing Up is Hard to Do. So that's a mouthful of a title. But yes, between YouTube and the things that I've seen, number one, I know this is a CMC episode. Number two, there are exactly two plots that I can think of that this episode could be going for. Number one, the CMCs magically become aged up. It's temporary, but they do have to learn some lessons about how adulthood sucks. Which would be a fairly common cliched type thing, and I wouldn't really enjoy it all that much. Or option number two, they could be doing what I have wanted them to do for, like, almost 5 seasons now, and give the CMCs an actual age-up, new character design, models, whatever. I would have expected them to use the teenage models, like we had for Applejack at one point, and Fluttershy at one point, you know, all the gangly limbs and whatnot, but maybe they just don't want to do that. I don't know. But yeah, one of those two plots. Either way would be cool for the most part. However, I would definitely like the second one better. Especially since the first one we've kind of seen a little bit of in an Agral channel, I believe it was, short. Which, like, Agral channel and Forgalorga do amazing work. I don't really react to their stuff, but that's just mostly out of impatience on my part. It's like the same reason I don't react to DWK's Totally Legit Recap or any other similar things like that. I just don't have the patience to not watch those things immediately. They're just so short and digestible. They're not like Scooter Tricks or something where I need to, where like there's enough substance to them. I know that going in that I'm willing to wait. They're like a couple minutes long, so I just want to get right into them. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure on what's going to be happening in this episode. We're opening on the clubhouse. The CMCs are staying together forever, so yeah. I was expecting episode 12 to be the last CMC episode. It wasn't, or isn't, rather. So, yeah, this will be interesting to see what happens. Let's find out, starting in 3, 2, 1, play.
I can't believe we're going to the Appaloosa County.
Oh, county fair. Oh, they're gonna be too old to do stuff there, aren't they?
Speaking of food, did you pack snacks for the train? For there and back.
Wow.
Our train tickets are all set.
Do you have permission to go? Or do you just not need permission?
Sure you're not Twilight Sister?
Oh!
Planning has all come down to
Why don't you guys take Spike with you? Yeah, he's busy. You're old enough that you don't need a chaperone. You girls have been to the Crystal Empire.
I thought you were gonna ask Applejack. I don't suppose you asked Rarity? You mean we spent all this time on the trip and none of us asked any pony to take us? In our defense, every other part of the trip was planned really well.
Wow. Sweetie about with the violence. I love it. Just her death glare was amazing. But yeah, no, okay, so maybe they are going to age themselves up in order to get into a place that they normally need an adult to get into, only for them to find out at the end that they don't need a chaperone anymore. They're old enough that they don't need it. That would be my guess for the plot. It'll be interesting either way.
We really did think of everything, except finding some pony to take us, and the fair is only today. I'm sorry.
Yeah, too late. Ooh, nice outfit, Rarity.
for his monocle and top hat appreciation society soiree.
Wow.
Can you finish it tomorrow?
Wow. Also,
Learn as you get older how
strong
important it is to keep your
Rarity.
promises, especially when running a business.
Of course, she,
Maybe we should just go by ourselves?
What? Oh, my dear, no! Appaloosa's far too long a train ride for young foals without accompaniment. You
Really,
could go to the
Rarity?
wrong place entirely.
Why don't you see if Rainbow Dash is free?
no.
Sorry.
Wonderful.
I just heard from Spitfire that a whole bunch of storm clouds got loose from the cloud factory, and she needs every Wonderbolt to help bust them.
Wow.
Come on, Rainbow Dash. They won't miss one pony, and we really want to go to the fair. Apparently, we're too young to go alone.
Wow.
Duh. Young ponies like you could get lost and never find your way back. But I still can't go. Being
Young ponies like them.
just
Yeah, right.
off. It's also a responsibility. You'll understand when you get older. I'm sure.
Right.
I
Nope.
wish I could, Sugar Cube, but Big Mac's not feeling well today.
Really?
Aw, but Big Mac's old enough to take care of himself. And
You sure about that?
so much fun together.
Sometimes taking care of some pony is more important than having fun.
Also,
Speaking
he looks like death warmed
of,
over.
you even think about trying to go without a grown pony there to take care of you. You could end up in hot water, or worse.
We
You know, fair.
The fair
But,
could be over before we find some pony to
I mean,
take
why
us.
don't you ask Twilight? No, she's too busy with
The fair
taking
can
over
hold
Equestria.
all sorts of animals and creatures.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, but Twilight has an important magical research project, and she's asked for my help.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Twilight's busy too.
I'm afraid I am. Star Swirl sent me this enchanted flower, and it isn't doing well.
Oh.
If I figure out its magical properties, maybe we can save it.
So that's a no on going with us.
That face.
Sorry, Applejack, Rainbow Dash, and Rarity, and none of them can come.
How about
Every pony needs
Pinky?
a year we're too young to go on our own.
Oh, definitely. You could take the wrong train, or miss your stop.
Or get lost in a strange town and end up in a dangerous situation with no pony to help you.
How about Pinkie Pie?
No.
I know it's hard. Sometimes you just can't do what you want.
I'm pretty sure if you wanted to go to the fair, you could.
Sure, grown-ups can do a lot of things that foals can't.
But they have to schedule it first.
Like right now, I can't find a single reference to this flower.
Is that the thing that Grogar wants?
Insects I've talked to have heard of it either.
I wonder if there's anything in Shadetail Evergreen's Tome of Flora and Fauna.
That book's pretty out of date, but it might be worth a try.
I think there's a
I love seeing these two work together. This is great. We should have had something that got them working together like several seasons ago.
Guess this flower is the most interesting thing we're gonna see today. Unless you count watching Twilight struggle to remember how she organizes her books. I bet every pony in Equestria...
That flower's gonna magically age them up.
Now, every pony but us. I wish we didn't have to wait to grow up.
And
It would happen all at once. Then we know everything we need to get to the fair and back with no problem. I
right.
just wish we were as old as our sisters. Then no pony
And
could tell us
there
what
it
to do.
goes.
We'd be able to take care of ourselves.
Would you though?
Hey, Belle, why's your face all lit up?
Not just hers. You guys accidentally released potent wisp magic. Oh dear. And one of the petals is gone. Also gross. Cool. Twilight's not gonna be happy.
You know what this means? We can go to the fair!
Yeah. Like the designs, of course. I don't think they're gonna be staying that way.
I hope you brought the tickets. We've got to hurry if we're going to make the train. I think we'll be fine. Check out how fast we're going.
Yeah, check it out. Pay attention to where you're...
Wrong. You're not kidding. I don't know how much of this my scooter can take.
Yeah, you're a bit heavier now.
And no pony yelled at us to slow down even once. Being a grown-up is great.
Until you get arrested. Yeah, they usually don't appreciate when you do that.
We made it. Of course we did. We're grown-up ponies now. We can
I'm
do
having
anything.
thoughts about that.
And all those
This that aren't,
head don't apply anymore because we're big, and being big is all it takes.
is it?
This morning feeling tired and small, but look at us
Oh,
now. We must be 90 feet tall. Don't have to worry
right.
making mistakes because being big is all it takes.
Nope.
A tiny twist of fate brought on this big change. Give me room, gotta zoom. I've got plans to arrange.
I do like that the voice actresses get to flex a little bit now, because
'Cause being
a lot of people might not realize this, but the voice actresses for the CMCs have grown up a lot. They used to be real little, now they're basically adults, so. Yeah. Nope. You guys will still end up making... Yeah, this would be cute when you were little, but, like, now you're adults. Only Pinkie Pie gets away with this sort of stuff. What the heck? Yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's the way it seems a lot of times to the kids. Nope. Everything's gonna go wrong. Somehow you have ended up in Mage Meadowbrook's old village.
I think I ate too many snacks.
You think?
This doesn't look like Appaloosa.
That's because it isn't.
You all heard that, right?
Hello? Do you think we got on the wrong train?
No. But you got off at the wrong stop.
Where you wanted to go.
Oh, this guy got reassigned.
I don't
Was never expecting to see him again.
laugh, but you three must not travel much. This is Hayseed Junction. The train to Appaloosa isn't for a few hours. Or you could set off on hoof. It's treacherous.
I love this guy.
Unfit for the young or timid. Yeah, but you three are grown-ups. You'll be fine. Yeah, I'll write down some directions.
Maybe we should wait for the train.
And maybe
That is the smart thing to
We
do.
already ended up in the wrong place, which is exactly what we were warned about. And what if we can't follow the directions?
Good points. Very good points.
we didn't come all this way for nothing.
Applejack, or Applebloom, stop being the voice of
As a grown-up, you're
bad
like,
influence.
grown-ups always know the way.
There's like 3 maps there.
Big is all it takes.
Wow.
Sorry. I've got kind of a throat thing.
Yeah, you three are gonna get hopelessly lost now. Nope. Also, oh, hey, that thing. From the Rarity and Rainbow Dash episode. Wow.
Sweetie Belle, are you sure this is the right way?
You are all alone. Creepy.
Scootaloo?
Oh, no, there they are.
Girls?
Help. Unicorn's OP.
Station. I'm not sure we can. I think we're lost. Just like Twilight and the others said. Well, where were you when I was feeding and caring for him?
Wild swamp ponies!
We're not wild swamp ponies. We're just grown-ups. And we are definitely not lost.
Bullcrap.
Okay, but that swamp is pretty confusing if you're not from around here.
Also, she has
Biscuit. Maple Bloom. Nice to meet you.
she has Cozy Glow's hair. I like it.
We're just exploring new ways to Appaloosa.
Hey, that's where we're going.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, why couldn't the CMC
Biscuit
have
thinks he can just take Floofy here to the fair.
those
Why not? It's just
lankier
up the road.
designs?
Goofy's my pet too.
Since when? Floofy's never even seen a crowd, which you'd know if you ever took care
What
of
is
him.
Bluefy?
Did you ever think meeting all those ponies might be good for him?
He seems okay meeting us.
See, they're grown-ups and they get it. Bluefy should totally come to the fair with me, right?
Y'all don't really think that, do ya? Hold on. Us grown-ups need to confer.
Right.
What do you girls think? If they go to the fair, we can tag along. And should cheer Bluefy. I mean, that's something a grown-up would say, right?
Right.
As grown-up ponies, we think we should share Bluefy. And
Grown-ups
let
don't
Bluefy
always know
take it to the
best.
fair.
Even if they're not magically enhanced.
Quality grown-up advice.
But Bluefy's never been around anything that exciting. What if something goes wrong? We're headed to the fair too. Since we're such great advice givers, feel free to ask us for more.
Wow. Well, you made it. Hey, we've seen her before. Trouble Shoes! Stop and say hello to Trouble Shoes, guys. Don't be jerks.
Well, my goodness, what an interesting critter. You should enter him in the animal showcase. You'd be sure to win most.
Oh, hey, it's the dude pony in the background.
Animals showcase? That's exactly what we should do.
You should put a latch on that box.
What do you grown-ups think?
Yeah, they're not there. They're off having fun. Woo! Nice, Apple Bloom. I keep wanting to call her Applejack. Yeah, this teenager is more of a grown-up than you. Hey, Larabon. Wow. Is that...
What happened to being able to ask your advice? You ran off the second we got here. Where's Biscuit and Bluefy?
Is that a fried carrot dog?
Find you.
Gross.
It's one
Hey,
thing to
Mrs.
bring
Cake.
Bluefy to the fair, but it's another to stick him in a showcase.
What's the big deal?
You're supposed to be sharing him. Yeah, I'm with Biscuit. The showcase looks like fun. Sorry if I think taking care of Bluefy is more important than having fun.
Bluefy's just excited. He probably just wants to get out.
What is Bluefy? Aw. That's adorable.
Are you sure you're not just upset you have to share him?
But
What if
what
you took
is
him away?
it? Is it a dog
I
or
mean, like,
cat?
leave?
If sharing him is too hard, that might be the best thing. Take our word for it. We are grown-ups.
You're idiots is what you are, but...
I don't know what Spur's so worried about. Bluefy and Biscuit are having fun. Yeah, what could go wrong?
Plenty. Aw. Oh dear. What is it? What the heck is that?
Me and my big grown-up mouth.
Yep. Also, what is that? It's a freaking tornado with a head.
Do you think this Polygons is getting into a dangerous situation with no grown pony to help us?
Yes.
We're the grown ponies that need to be helping today.
Yeah. What is that?
Treats, treats, treats! Who wants a treat?
Well, that distracts it. For a second. Whoa! She teleported? That's impressive.
I hope you're right about the girls coming here.
Eh.
Once we read Shadetail Evergreen's warning that the flower grants wishes, it wasn't a stretch to think they wished themselves to the fair. It's all
Not exactly.
Or maybe since we told them they were too young to come, they wished to become grown-ups, then came here and caused some kind of trouble that led to a town-wide panic.
Yeah.
or that. Oh, thank goodness. I know you're not gonna believe it, but it's me, April Bloom.
You have, it's your cutie mark, your colors, everything.
We could take the train here since we were old enough, but we ended up in the wrong place just like you said we would.
And got lost, just like you said we would. Then we met these folks who led us to the fair and we
Even if you're mature-ish, you still don't know things. Let's fix it, because we're actually competent.
Mungtooth. They are very rare and just the cutest little things when they're not excited. This one's excited.
How do we calm them down?
When they're young, a Mungtooth forms a tight bond with its caretaker. They're the only ones who can get them to stop spinning.
Not him.
Spur's the one who really took care of Goofy. We have to find her.
You all go look for Spur. Fluttershy and I
Spur
will
and
do our best to
Biscuit?
keep every pony here
Nice.
safe.
Aw, tiny you. Yep.
I'm so sorry, Spur. You knew what was best for him all along.
And even though we seem like grown-ups, you were way more responsible than us.
What do you mean, seem like grown-ups?
We don't have time to explain. Right now, we
Yeah, you guys
We're the only
messed
ones
up.
who can do it. How?
I'll show you. He mostly just needs to see you. Hey there, Bloofy Boo.
Bloofy Boo.
It's okay.
Aw.
How did you know what to do? After years of experience with animals, I've picked up a few things.
Yeah, experience. That's what you're lacking, CMCs.
For sure. Luffy definitely earned the most interesting creature prize.
Sorry I didn't listen to
Well, that's
We all are.
definitely a prize to
I guess
learn.
grown-ups aren't always perfect.
They sure aren't. But young foals pretending to be grown-ups are even less so.
What do you mean?
There's only one petal left. But I think the three of you know what to wish for. And I'm pretty sure Star Swirl won't mind.
I'm pretty sure he will, but
we were fools again.
poop. Would they at least get a little age up?
Three are actually younger than us?
The flower turned us into grown-ups, so we figured we could do whatever we wanted, but I guess that's not exactly true.
We did everything real grown-ups told us not to and caused all kinds of trouble.
And things could have been a lot worse. I guess we were pretty selfish.
I'm glad you learned something. That's what growing up is. Which is why you probably shouldn't skip any of it.
I know
Fair
we
enough.
didn't make the best impression, but we sure would like to visit you and Bloofy someday. I guess that'd be okay, on one condition. You get a real grown-up to bring you.
Yeah. Sometimes things don't go right. Well, this is gonna be interesting to talk about. do 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 My Little Pony. friends. Okay. Okay. So, it was the first scenario. Dang it! Like, what is so hard about giving them different animation models and making them grow up physically at least a little bit? Clearly they have the lankier models, and clearly it's not that hard to take a design and stretch it out to fit that lankier model, because Spurs there was just Cozy Glow's design in a different coloration and made to fit the teenage model. Why can't they do that with the CMCs? Why couldn't they have done that with the CMCs 4 or 5 seasons ago? Like, pretty much as soon as season 3 ended, they should have done that. I don't know. It's just, I get that they want to preserve the nebulous timeline of the show and make it so that, like, oh, you know, they could be just about any young age for the entire duration and, like, not have to give a specific date for anything, that sort of stuff. Like, I get that aspect of it, but, like, when you have characters, be they Twilight, Spike, anybody really, undergoing major changes, pretty much once a season. Like, let's go through it. Like, was there anything for season 1 that got a major change here? Not really. But in season 2, you know, we introduced the baby cakes, and they've stuck around. We also, we introduce a lot of characters all the time, and those characters tend to stick around for the most part, or at least return eventually. But, like, there's some pretty decent continuity with most things. I mean, Luna's new design in season 2 compared to season 1, that stuck. Then season 3, obviously, you know, Twilight got her wings, and that stuck for a while. Character stuff like Rainbow joining the Wonderbolts and whatnot, like, that all sticks and is kind of hard to keep track of, but it sticks. And then season 4, well, I guess there wasn't really anything that physically changed for characters during season 4. So maybe it's like about every other season that something physically changes. But season 5, you know, we did have Crusaders of the Lost Mark. We had them getting their cutie marks, which would have been the perfect time to also give them a growth spurt. Yes, it would have been. And, you know, we did have a physical change in season 4. The castle, that stuck at the end. And then season 6, we had Rainbow Dash joining the Wonderbolts. That was a pretty big one. Lots of stuff with changelings and whatnot. So, yeah, big changes have happened in the show for quite a lot since season 4, and they've generally stuck. And I don't see why it would be so hard to change the animation model of certain characters. Like, even the little kids that would watch the show are smart enough to understand, oh, this character is a little bit bigger here. This must have been a later episode after they grew up. Like, it's not that hard to figure out. So, that's always annoyed me. And I feel like they, like, why would it have, alarm went off almost for a second there. Anyways, but yeah, what would have been so hard about making it so that, like, at the end of the episode, after the CMCs changed back, instead of having them wish to be foals again, you know, wish for them to be their proper age again, and then when they come back, they have the new designs, like, as proof that they are growing up and getting older, that sort of thing. Like, that would have been, you know, satisfying for me. But, yeah. So, on that front, this episode is actually, again, like, it's more disappointing than last episode, but, like, it's personally disappointing. In the sense of, like, I had a hope, an expectation that was not met. And, yeah, I mean, in that sort of sense, I try not to give that sort of feeling too much weight in my decisions about, like, how good do I feel like this episode is. You know? Because I see people doing stuff like that all the time. They did, like, with Star Wars and whatnot. And, yeah, like, obviously, it's a bad idea to base your decision, your opinion of a movie on, not on what it is, but on what you hoped it would be. And, yeah, I try not to do that. I try to let what it is speak for itself. But what it is a little cliche. Stuff like this has been done before. I've seen a fun version of this in a fan video. Need a drink there. Actually, I need a lot of maintenance here. I have to, this is not a good time to be recording, but whatever, I'm gonna finish this recording first. But yeah, this is, like, the episode itself is, I don't know, like, I don't want to harp on it too much. Like, it's fun. The song was nice. There were some funny moments, but I don't know, like, on the whole, it felt a little bit frustrating, not necessarily just because of, like, what it didn't do, but, like, how often have we seen the CMCs go off and do things? Like, we've had this sort of, the grown-ups overly worrying about them in the past, for, you know, fairly justifiable reasons, like, Appaloosa's Most Wanted. I mean, a person who wasn't really a criminal, but, like, they were on a watch list, is out there, and these fillies just disappear. Like, that's a pretty big deal. We will, ignore Some Pony to Watch Over Me, because that, like, that one was just a little bit ridiculous right there. Everybody pretty much agrees that's a bad episode. But, like, I don't know. I suppose this is a bit different. Like, what's the comparison here? This is like 3 kids who are growing up in, like, Philadelphia, want to go to New York City Comic-Con. That sort of thing. You can take a train from Philadelphia to New York, and, like, it's not that far by United States standards. Certainly, I think, like, if maybe they're late teenagers and they've got some experience and they've got, like, their cell phones and they're checking in all the time, maybe, and, like, it's only a day trip, but, like, I would have to agree that, like, up until the point where where someone is out on their own, you know, and, like, how can I put this? Like, if you can reasonably take care of yourself for at least not just during the day, but, like, a day, a night, and another day, I think at that point, then you can make trips on your own. But, like, the CMCs I don't think are at that point just yet. They still need some help with various things. Like, they don't know how to, you know, feed themselves properly yet, even. Other than grabbing snacks. They don't know how to cook anything, it seems like. And, you know, certainly they don't know what to do in a lot of dangerous situations. I mean, granted, most adults don't know what to do in most dangerous situations, but, like, there are things that their sisters, parents, whoever, can teach them, but haven't yet, and really should. Which, actually, hang on a second, that brings up a really, really good point. Where were Scootaloo's aunts during this? Why couldn't Auntie Lofty or Auntie Holiday take them? Like, what the heck? What are those two doing? One of them just, like, sits home and sews all day, it seems like. Have her take them. Like, maybe they have more going on now that they live in Ponyville, but, like, come on. We could have at least gotten a cameo from them. That would have been great. maybe like a non-speaking cameo during a montage of them asking various ponies around town. And like, they never asked Pinkie Pie. Mrs. Cake was there. Pinkie Pie might have been able to take them. Or Mrs. Cake herself. They could have gone and asked Pinkie Pie at the bakery, and Mrs. Cake could have been like, oh, I'm going to this fair. I'll take you. Like, what would have been so hard about that? So yeah, it's like there, right there itself is a little bit of proof of the CMCs not being ready to go on this trip, is because they didn't think of all the various people that they could have asked. So, yeah. But yeah, being an adult, being older does not automatically make you wiser. I like that the show has kind of addressed that in a very non-specific way. Well, in a, not non-specific, but like coming at it from a diagonal. It's very hard for a lot of grown-ups to admit that they don't know what to do. Whether that's a pride thing or just like a society has so ingrained people to think that older people know more or are wiser, like automatically, like they're not. Just because a person is a grown-up, an adult, does not automatically mean that they know better. Sometimes they just don't have the same experiences as other people, and someone younger than them might know something that they don't. Sometimes they're just stupid. Sometimes they have issues going on that makes their advice, their opinions not good ones. There are a lot of reasons why an adult might not be someone you want to listen to. Well, I say adult. Like, generally speaking, adults do know more, but, like, it depends on what adult. Like, honestly, I think the best people to take advice from are probably people in their 20s and 30s. People who are taking care of themselves on a day-to-day basis, so they have to know how to do things, but they don't yet have that, I almost want to say, like, not necessarily arrogance, but like this sort of self-assuredness that they are always right in a lot of ways. Like, I'm pretty sure if you asked any 20 to 30-year-old, most of them are going to be telling you, no, I don't know everything, I am, there's a lot I don't know. Like, that's going to be things that they say. They're not going to be like, oh yeah, you can ask me anything, I'll tell you the answer. Most of them are going to give you the truth that they don't know things. Or maybe that's just a couple generations that are currently 20s and 30s. Maybe that's how it is. I don't know. But, yeah, like, don't trust every adult. We'll go it that way. Like, adults don't always know better. Or, like, not every adult always knows better. Some adults know better, some don't. Some do in different circumstances. But just don't just assume, though, that just because someone is older, they know better. Always. Like, they don't always. That's... yeah, good lesson for kids there. Might be a little not what the parental censors or whatever want the kids to hear, but it's one that kids need to hear. And to kind of tie this into something from the song, the because I said so reason, not good enough. Never good enough. Any person who silences their children by telling them, because I said so, is doing something very wrong. They are very, very wrong to do that. If a kid asks why, you can give them an explanation. It can be any explanation. Alright? And if you can't come up with a good enough explanation for why the kid shouldn't do something, then there probably isn't a good reason for them to not do something. Like, seriously. Kid wants to have candy for dinner. You tell them no. They say, why not? You tell them, because it'll rot out your teeth. And because replacing those teeth is expensive. Or you can tell them, it'll make you sick to your stomach. You'll throw up. And we all know that throwing up is a very bad thing to do. Nobody likes throwing up. Or you can tell them that, like, you will get sick of it eventually. They might not buy that. They might not buy that. They probably won't buy that. Like, seriously, who here gets sick of candy that much? Like, you might want different candy, but, like, I'm pretty sure anybody could eat candy for an hour straight, at least. So, yeah, never mind. That last reason wasn't a good reason. But yeah, no, there are genuine reasons to not eat candy for dinner. There are reasons why you have to go to bed on time. There are reasons for pretty much everything. But, like, how often... I mean, maybe not. Maybe you specifically haven't heard it very often, but I've heard it before. Do this thing because I said so, not for any actual reason. You ask why too many times, they tell you to shut up and just do what I say because I said so. And that's not a good thing. That's not a good way to raise your kids. Because A, you're telling them not to question authorities, which, no, you should question authorities. That's number one. Number two, you're kind of instilling them with this idea that their opinions or the reasons behind actions don't matter, when, in fact, they do. Always. So yeah, that's just another thing to take away from this. The idea of because I said so is not good enough. On the other hand, as this episode so aptly demonstrated, kids don't always listen to reason, and sometimes they find loopholes. So, I suppose, to a certain extent, if a kid continues to ask why after you've given them all the actual reasons, you have to kind of come at the problem from a different angle. Don't revert back to the because I said so thing, but like, let the kid know that you know that they're not listening to reason, that they themselves are being a pain in the butt for some reason. So yeah, but yeah, like kids tend to do that. Kids tend to they either find a loophole. In this case, it was the CMC being like, "Oh yeah, we're adults now. We don't have to listen to what they said," or they just plain ignore what you're telling them. Like, the CMCs were given plenty of reasons as to why they couldn't go out on their own. Because they're too young and they're too they weren't told they were too inexperienced. Like, that would have been the thing to tell them, that they don't have the experience necessary to make the trip by themselves. Which, to be fair, I've never been clear on that. Like, how do you gain that experience without, I don't know, like, I guess the way to do it is, like, the adult tags along, but only, like, even that doesn't work, because Twilight did that back in the episode where they went to see the sea ponies last season, the map episode. So, like, yeah, the CMCs, like, if they could have gotten an adult to just at least tag along, like, they reasonably could have made the trip. Like, the adult wouldn't even have probably needed to do that much. They would have just needed to sit back and, like, make sure the CMCs got off on the right stop, and then pretty much be hands-off the entire time. They wouldn't have needed to interfere that much. Especially since most of the trouble that the CMCs the CMCs got into, they only really got into it because they had the attitude of, oh, we're adults now. We can do what we want. Like, that attitude was instilled in them by adults. So, yeah, this whole episode kind of runs on idiot plot, like, of the highest order. So, yeah, it's getting a low rating because of that. Not because of expectations, but because the entire thing is one giant idiot ball moment. So in that regard, it's still higher than She Talks to Angel, but I think it's only just above that. It's gonna go in 16th place after the last laugh. So, yep, that's where this episode's going. In any case, we're at the end here. I've talked for long enough, rambled, and yeah, my nose is stuffed, my throat is a little dry. I think I'm gonna end this one. Enjoyable episode as usual, but not a very good one. They kind of bungled it a little. Still, glad to have watched it. Hope you all enjoyed the reaction, and I'll see you next time.